Salutations everyone, I am the Goldflower Reviewer, and welcome back to another Goldflower Reaction. Today is another reaction from Mafdominus, as completely unbeknownst to me, I can't believe the SML historian missed a famous upload date. Today, July 25th, 2026, is the 10-year anniversary of the most infamous SML video ever, Jeffy's Bad Word. Now, I said this when I reacted to Spooky's top 10 list back in January, February, whenever it was, his top 10 worst SML videos, that for several years, Jeffy's Bad Word was the pinnacle of how ass SML could get. Like, there were videos, like, I think from what, 2016 onward, maybe it ended like when Puppet Era started, maybe COVID, probably COVID around then, but for a good 3-4 years, if you made a list about the worst SML videos and Jeffy's Bad Word wasn't on it at some point, hell, not even if it wasn't on it, if it wasn't in the top 3, your list was invalidated instantly. That's how bad this video was. Now, in hindsight, I'll be completely honest, this video wasn't that bad. I think the reason this video was so hated back in the day, especially by the reviewers and the people in the community, was primarily because it was a culmination of Jeffy, like early Jeffy. Keep in mind, early on, Jeffy was panned. Like, Jeffy wasn't the mascot of the channel yet. Like, he was getting there in 2016. But by this point, he was just a recurring character that people didn't like. For good reason, because early Jeffy was annoying as shit. But this video cemented him as, like, the worst character on the channel for several years to come. But let's get into it.
Hello everybody, it's Mafdominus, and yeah, we're going to be talking about Jeffy's Bad Word one last time.
Yep.
Arguably, the entire reason I even have a YouTube channel in the first place is because of Jeffy's Bad Word. This video is now
Yeah, this video launched careers. That's how ass it was.
10 years old. Without it, I wouldn't be here right now. This is arguably one of the worst SML movies that has ever been made, and because it was so bad, I made a review on it and posted on YouTube. It blew up and the rest is history. But
Yeah.
It cannot be understated just how much this video was hated when it first came out. Practically everybody on the internet, SML reviewers and fans alike, disliked this video, and even Logan himself feels ashamed for this video because of just how bad the controversy was.
Yeah, it was
also
terrible.
arguably the video that started Jeffy's hatedom. Sure, video
No. Mario the Babysitter was when Jeffy started getting hate. That man was panned from the jump because people forget this. Jeffy was so ass that, here's the thing though. Mario the Babysitter was a disliked video because of Jeffy. The video plot itself was just not that great either, because the plot is like destined to be annoying because, you know, new character shows up, annoying character shows up, whatever, you have to deal with them for a full episode. That's basically what most of 2014 SML was. But yeah, no, Jeffy's Bad Word again was like the culmination of Jeffy hate. Like, it wasn't the beginning. It escalated Jeffy hate dumb because I believe, was this before or after? This had to be after. No, this was before GameCube dude made a Jeffy rant, but it was around that time.
It was before this, Jeffy had his critics, but this was the video where nearly everybody started to dislike Jeffy. But why was this video so bad and controversial? Well, that's what I'm here to talk about today. Let's take a little bit of a retrospect in Jeffy's Bad Word. And for old time's sake, I'm going to be doing this in the style of an SML review, so let's get started. The video begins with Mario telling Jeffy that he's going to the store, and he immediately proves himself not to be trustworthy when he's left home alone, because he's gonna do some weird stuff, so Mario's forced to take him.
What if you could make a song
W
using
ad.
only your voice? Let's start with the drums.
Fucking Suno ad, bro.
On their way to the store, Mario nearly runs over Hansel, the homeless man. He yells at him to get out of the way and calls him a faggot, so
We're dub maxing today, okay.
already we have our first problem. The titular bad word is faggot, which is generally a slur for gay people. It's not as offensive as the N-word, but it's still pretty offensive. Like, you could have chosen any other curse word for Jeffy to repeat, but
Yeah, especially when you consider, I don't think YouTube had censorship, like, policies back then. This is what, mid-2016? Yeah, I don't think so, because you got motherfuckers, like, dropping hard R's back in the day and still getting monetized. Yeah, this was before demonetization. What am I talking about?
Logan chose a rather controversial word. The usage of faggot was one of the many things that was criticized for this video.
I mean, keep in mind, Logan's the same person who had Lance drop a hard R in Black Yoshi's Girlfriend back in 2010, so who gives a shit?
But ironically, this was the least controversial thing about this video. It gets way worse from here. So they go into the store and Mario's looking for a white light bulb, and he makes the mistake of saying that.
So I don't know why Math is using the glitch filter over the video here, because like, I get he usually does that when he's talking about SML to avoid Super Bam, but this is a plush era video. I don't think Logan has any jurisdiction over those. Like, he can't really mention them ever.
Out loud, which offends Tyrone and says why can't he just get a black light bulb, and then proclaims that black lights matter. It's pretty much the only joke in the entire video that everyone agrees is funny. Then Jeffy starts repeating
that joke was good. That's the only good joke in this video.
Again, and Tyrone mistakenly thinks that Mario's the one who called him one. So he beats up Mario for something that Jeffy did.
My issue with this is actually, and this I've never reviewed Jeffy's bad word because it'd be redundant if I did. My only main issue with this video is the fact that Mugs confuse Mario and Jeffy's voices when they sound legitimately nothing alike. At all. Like, not even close. Everything else in this video is like, yeah, it's bad and annoying, but it's believable to a certain extent, but that's just like, nah, miss me.
Mario keeps telling Jeffy to not say that word, but Jeffy keeps repeating it. So he calls Rosalina over to get some help. But this doesn't really solve anything either. So Mario warns Jeffy that if he keeps saying that word, he's going to have to spank him, and then Jeffy practically dares him to do it, so Mario reaches his breaking point and starts spanking Jeffy. And this is the part where the video goes from bad to worse, as Rosalina is strangely saddened about this, even though Mario just gave him a spanking.
I think this was the beginning of Rosalina being a bad character too, because before this she was like wasn't good, but wasn't like terrible.
Which, I guess even in this day and age would still be considered child abuse, but it's not like he whipped out the belt or hit him in the face or something. It was just a spanking to the butt, which even most people would probably consider at least reasonable. Yet Rosalina is acting like Mario caused some heinous child abuse act, and treats him like Mario did something horribly wrong, even though Jeffy is the one who wouldn't stop repeating the bad word. Then Jeffy has the gall to act like he's the one who was the victim. He acts all traumatized and claims that Mario him. I'm not even sure if I can say that word out loud on YouTube, considering YouTube's little guidelines and crap and stuff, but yeah. That's what Jeffy's claiming Mario did to him. I don't even know what's the punchline supposed to be. Like, what exactly is funny about Jeffy pretending to be traumatized for Mario doing something that's relatively harmless compared to what Jeffy's accusing him of? But Logan's strange sense of humor continues with...
Yeah, no, again, my people, honestly, shit, I can't speak. But, let's talk about this for a minute. I was gonna make another, like, kind of follow-up to the Junior era video with this. But there are people nowadays who swear on their soul that 2016 SML was the prime of the channel and was the best channel it had ever been. And, like, here's my stance on it. Fuck no. Like, here's the issue. People love to cherry pick when it comes to old SML. I don't. I acknowledge that, like, even the golden era or the classic era years had flaws. You know, down to videos like, again, Black Yoshi's Girlfriend being one of the nasty stains on the classic era. But I'm gonna be completely honest, I just can't foresee how somebody can think that 2016 was the best of the channel's history. Like, 14, 15, you have, like, okay, yeah, nostalgia factor, because that's the only thing defending those years. I mean, 15 was alright, but 14 was ass. Although not as bad as I used to say it was. It actually has gone up in my ranks a little bit. Especially now that we've gotten worse years, you know, into 2020s. But then you got, like, I feel like I'm gonna have to do a sequel to the Junior era video at some point, saying, like, is Jeffy era peak SML now? Cause even though I said I wish I wouldn't have to do that, because, like, people forget that these years were not good. These years were filled with, you know, controversies, bad videos, terrible character moments, horrible writing. Like, the good videos of this time period were really good, but the bad videos were really bad. And, like, the ratio of good to bad videos during this era might not be as bad as, like, the ratio of good to bad videos in the modern years. But keep in mind, I think the bad videos of this era were worse than the bad videos of the newer years, because back in this era, bad videos were way less common, and the good videos were much better than the good videos of today. So the whiplash was much worse, but that's just my opinion on it.
Jeffy outright calling the police and reporting that, yeah. So then the police come by, and then Brooklyn Guy says a really dumb joke.
You is it? I'm looking at you, Mr. Mustache. People with mustaches are clearly rapists.
Did Brooklyn Guy forget that he also has a mustache? What was the point of that joke? Was the joke that Brooklyn Guy is dumb that he didn't realize he also had a
No, he's a self-reporter.
mustache? Which is also still dumb because Brooklyn Guy is one of the most intelligent characters in the entire show. Making him the dumb character just doesn't make any sense. It's not funny. But then when they go inside, Jeffy still accuses Mario of raping him. So Mario tries to explain to Brooklyn Guy that he only gave him a spanking, but Rosalina makes it worse by acting as if Mario hit him multiple times, and Brooklyn Guy takes this as proof that Mario is an abuser, so he takes him away. Again, I gotta ask, what is funny about this? We then get a shot on the news where Tyrone is still
My issue, actually, with this part of the video is the fact that Brooklyn Guy himself was the one who initiated the Finders Keepers rule in Mario the Babysitter. So it's like, honestly, like, again, this era is so... I'm gonna say this, and to all, like, the SML 2016 Glazers that might be in the comments, and you can disagree with me as long as it's civil, just don't be an idiot. But this era, like, people, I said this in the junior era video, people swear on their souls that the classic era is, like, only loved because of nostalgia, right? But this era, like, late junior, early Jeffy is the epitome of rose-tinted glasses. And there's no getting behind that. Like, yeah, classic era gets glazed a lot, I acknowledge that. I'm one of the main, contributors to that. But this era also has so many issues that just get glossed over because, oh, old SML was so good.
testing Black Lives Matter, and Goodman reports to the entire world that Mario is beating children. They didn't even spell
Macot, yeah.
mascot right. Look, it's Macot. Mario comes home from jail out of bail and tells Rosalina that he's now a registered sex offender, a felon, and he had his driver's license revoked. And instead of feeling sympathetic or sorry for Mario, Rosalina just acts so antagonistic to Mario for no reason. And she actually believes the homeless man's side of the story that Mario ran him over on purpose. She doesn't believe her own boyfriend, all for no reason. She was there to see Mario was only just spanking Jeffy on the butt, yet she's acting like he's a horrible human being.
I think this was also the first video to just, like, intentionally dumb down motherfuckers' intelligence just for the sake of the plot. And I think this is also the beginning of one of the main contributors of, like, why modern SML is so ass now. And it's the fact that the characters now revolve around the plot rather than the plot revolving around the characters. Because, like, for example, Lance's characters. I feel like Lance's characters are... I love Lance. Basically the only reason classic SML exists. But Lance's modern, like, characters and appearances, a lot of the time, it feels like he's just projecting what he finds funny into the characters rather than the characters doing something in character, which is why we find it funny. So, and that's why I feel like modern SML has honestly lost its identity, because I think WH Dude said this at some point. I can't really quote which video, but I think it might have been his Jeffy's 18th birthday review. But he said that modern SML is so removed from any previous era to the point where it feels like fan content.
Committed such heinous acts. And as if things couldn't get any worse, if you're wondering where Jeffy is, he's now on a talk show where he continues to act like a victim and say a bunch of lies about Mario, saying to the entire world that Mario did some things that I don't think I can mention out loud here on YouTube, but let's just say Jeffy is describing some rather disgusting things about Mario that just are not even true, and people are believing him. This is all televised national news now. Mario's reputation is now completely destroyed, all because he wanted to punish Jeffy for saying a bad word. Now, does Jeffy get any comeuppance? No, the video just ends like that.
Yeah.
It just ends with Mario's reputation fundamentally ruined and Jeffy getting away with it.
The motherfucker got 10 minutes left in this video. What else is he gonna talk about? But yeah, no, to people who haven't seen this video and have, like, been watching modern SML and seen worse videos, Yeah, comparative to everything we've had after, this video, in the grand scheme of things, isn't that terrible. But, like, the time it came out in was just abysmal. Like, this was I think this might be the only video, maybe Locked Out as well, but though these are, like, the only two videos where the entire community just stopped all beef and just started, like, ranting on this. This was actually a fun time to be an SML fan.
So, that was the plot of Jeffy's Bad Word. Suffice to say, there is a reason why this video is so hated. I mean, where do I even begin? Well, I guess for starters, this isn't even a unique premise. This isn't the first time Jeffy has even cursed. The first time was in Jeffy's homework, where Jeffy goes on a rant about mathematics and alphabet and says a lot of curse words in that video. So if this video was meant to be shocking and funny on the idea that Jeffy says bad words, well, it wasn't the first, so it's not even that unique of a premise.
Yeah, but that's not really the issue, though. The issue is the fact that it's just a lazily done video.
It's like Logan has forgotten that Jeffy has cursed in the past before. In fact, this video feels very sloppily made, with characters acting completely out of character, such as Rosalina being more sympathetic with Jeffy even though she knows that Jeffy is completely lying.
Honestly, I'll say this, and I might be wrong, because I don't know, despite my title being the SML historian, I'm not, the goalkeeper of every SML video that's ever been made. But I think this might be the first, at least this is the first obvious, the first obvious example of Logan just rushing a video out for the schedule. Like, I'm sure there were videos before that, like SML shorts or whatever. Like, I know, I don't know if this was before or after, but No Crust, the junior short was one of those, and I think Junior stubs his toe as well. But, like, I think this is one of the first obvious videos that was just made to fill out the schedule and not much else.
She was there to see Mario spanking him only a few times on the butt and nowhere else, yet acts like Mario did something completely horrible and just doesn't even try to sympathize with Mario or show that caring side that she's had before. And Brooklyn Guy just not acting very intelligent, immediately believing Jeffy's lies and making that dumb mustache joke. Not only do these characters do bad things to Mario for literally no reason, but it's like Logan was doing this all on purpose for the sake of some type of comedy. What even is—
Yeah, no one found this funny, though. Not a soul found this funny. At least not anyone that I've seen, both when this video dropped and in the following years, has ever said this video was funny.
the comedy of this video?
Like, people have said it's not that bad, but nobody has said this video is funny.
What is the punchline? What is the catch? That Mario is suffering and Jeffy pretends to act like a victim? That's just objectively not even funny. I know humor is subjective, but comedy isn't subjective. You can in fact measure it, and from an objective standpoint, that's not even funny. That's not comedy. That's a tragedy. Characters suffering by being punished for things that they didn't do and being accused of genuinely horrible things is not comedy. There's nothing funny about this. The characters are going through something for no reason, and I'm feeling sorry for them. And the other characters acting so mean-spirited towards Mario, and again, I have said this many times before, for no reason, is not comedy. I don't know what Logan found funny about all this, but the fact that this video got a lot of controversy when it came out shows that I'm not the only one who thinks that this video was genuinely bad. Now, that's not to say that everybody hated this video. This video had its Jeffy fans who did defend this video, but their points were very bad. For example, people compared this to slapstick comedy like Tom and Jerry, where the characters get hurt and that's supposed to be the humor. But there's a difference between slapstick comedy and whatever this is.
If you want to look at slapstick comedy, that's more like a Locked Out situation. And Locked Out's one of those videos where you can, like, genuinely see it as, like, a funny video. I don't think Locked Out's that bad. It's definitely one of the 7 deadly sins of SML videos. But one thing people have to understand is, like, this era of SML, in terms of, like, the bad videos, and actually, hold on, there was one video that was like this. Oh, I'm blanking now. Oh, hold on, it's one of the infamous ones. But, yeah, I blanked. But a lot of bad videos from, like, this year, 2015, 2017, is, like, when the videos aren't being, like, fully enraging, they're just incredibly boring. Like, bad videos had two styles. It was shit like this, where it was just infuriating, and then there was, like, Junior's Midnight Snack, where it's just boring as hell.
Slapstick comedy usually has something visualizing, something ridiculous that's meant to evoke humor out of you. And in general, dark humor tends to have some kind of punchline. It's supposed to be a commentary on something, because jokes foundationally are a commentary on something. It points out something is ridiculous, and people laugh at the expense of how ridiculous it is.
Facts.
That's the basic science of comedy and humor in general. But this video has no punchline. Everything is played completely straight, with Mario going to jail, being a registered sex offender.
Yeah, no, if this video was like a parody of shit that like this happens, like one of those lolcow situations, like that would be alright. But no, I wouldn't say good, but it'd be funny. Not funny, but it'd be alright, you know. But like this video is played completely straight and it's not funny at all, and the story's terrible. The characters are not even in character. Like, what is happening?
A felon, having his driver's license revoked, and having his entire life and reputation completely ruined. Some have argued that the punchline is at the end of the video where Rosalina says, well, maybe you shouldn't have been a faggot, and the punchline is supposedly Mario is getting all of this just because he was acting like a faggot throughout the video?
That's not even true. But, well, okay.
But this doesn't make any sense, because Mario was acting quite reasonable, because Jeffy was yelling out a slur out in public, and it got him in trouble and beaten up. By all accounts, Mario was in the right to be mad at Jeffy and spank him. So the punchline of Mario getting what he deserves just makes absolutely no sense. And even if that's the takeaway we're supposed to have, the fact that Mario spanked Jeffy does not warrant this type of punishment, to have his entire life ruined. And to get back to Tom and Jerry example, in Tom and Jerry cartoons, usually Jerry wins, but Tom has quite a few victories before. The cartoons are completely biased to Jerry. Tom does get his wins, and the show is not even supposed to be mean-spirited. Yes, slapstick comedy is in general about a character going through some kind of pain for the sake of humor, but it's lighthearted cartoon pain where the characters don't even get permanently hurt, while in this video, Mario, once again, he's getting straight up accused of a bunch of horrible things and went to jail for it. The Tom and Jerry argument falls apart once you actually start to realize that there's huge differences between those cartoons and stuff like this video. The problems with this video is that Mario...
You know, what... Okay. Honestly, I've kind of blanked. We started like talking about why this video's ass, and we started comparing it to Tom and Jerry, bro. Math, what are we doing?
Mario is suffering and being punished for doing stuff that, for all intents and purposes, is pretty reasonable, since Jeffy is the one yelling a slur in public that's getting Mario in trouble. So it makes sense for Mario to punish Jeffy for doing that. Yet Jeffy blows things way out of proportion, gets Mario arrested, Rosaline and Brooklyn Guy are certainly not on his side and act dumber than usual. And the worst part about all of that, it's the fact that Jeffy gets away with it. There's no punishment for Jeffy. Jeffy doesn't...
What kind of epic ass music is in the back? No, this really does feel like a throwback to old SML reviews though, because we have like epic music talking about Mario plush videos.
Retract anything. Mario's reputation doesn't get saved in the end. You know, I would have been more forgiving of this video if Jeffy had some type of punishment or something gets rectified towards the end of the video, where Mario just gets his life back and Rosalina stops acting mean towards him. It wouldn't have made the video good, but it would have made the video more forgiving. But no, Jeffy gets away with all of it, and Mario's life is ruined. And it's for those reasons that this video is so controversial. It was so bad. It got heavily disliked. People in the YouTube comment section were talking about how bad it was. SML reviewers gave it low ratings. It got so bad that if
Oh, no, Math, don't try and downplay. No, SML reviewers were going to war over this video.
I remember correctly, in an old episode of Inflated Dalmatians, which
ooh, dubs.
It was like SML reviewers' little podcast that Logan occasionally showed up to. It's lost media by now, but if I remember...
I miss Inflated Dalmatians.
Correctly, Logan himself has stated that he almost wanted to delete the video because of how bad things have gotten.
I don't think it's that bad. I know the person who gave him the idea for this video, like, deleted their account or some shit.
And can you blame people, really, after explaining what made this video so bad? But I think the biggest damage this video did, besides Logan's channel, it's Jeffy's reputation. After this video, Jeffy was a very hated character.
Yeah, no, he was getting hated before, but after this video, he was treated like the Antichrist. Like legitimately like the spawn of Satan after this video. That's how bad this video was. It was like... And this video also made people hate, like, Brooklyn Guy, for example. People made, like, this combined with Locked Out later on in 2016 made people really dislike Brooklyn Guy for a while. And then, like, which is funny because, this isn't the first time Brooklyn Guy's been, like, slandered by a video. Because I remember when the grilled cheese came out, when he was just a Brooklyn exterminator, he was getting hated too because of how many times he just did the stupid ass your mom joke. But yeah, like Rosalina never recovered from this video. Mario was like the only one who came out of this video unscathed, and even then it's because like he was getting bullied for the entire duration of it.
Or at the very least divisive. Some fans liked him, but they tended to be younger children, while older fans just straight up despised Jeffy. Now, like I've said before, Jeffy wasn't completely uncontroversial. Even from his first appearance, people thought he was an offensive stereotype to disabled people, and some people found him quite annoying, but this video basically broke the dam. Jeffy became such a divisive character, and the worst part is that Logan kind of doubled down on Jeffy's personality at this point. Instead of trying to right the wrongs from this video and improve Jeffy as a character, he got more annoying, more mean-spirited, and he cursed a lot more. You know, what's funny about Jeffy's homework was the fact that Jeffy cursing was so unexpected.
Yeah.
You didn't really expect Jeffy to be cursing, but now everybody expects Jeffy to be cursing. Logan has pretty much run the joke to the ground. It's beating a dead horse. So it just makes Jeffy's bad word even worse, because this was the video that started Jeffy's character rot, if he ever had a good character in the first place.
He didn't, but he got worse way after this.
Now sure, after this video, Jeffy does get punished in some videos, and Jeffy's parents did try to make him somewhat redeemable or explain his actions, but it wasn't enough. Jeffy's bad word was the catalyst of making Jeffy an irredeemable and unlikable character, and the fact that Logan doubled down on his personality and made him more obnoxious in a lot of videos didn't help. Even if we did get videos where he gets punished or he has some redemption arcs, it wasn't enough.
I truly do think that, like, people have told me before, is like, you know, Jay, you have to extend the duration of like prime SML, like that era. And I'm because usually the cutoff is when junior era starts. Like, okay, I'll include junior era because like it's over 10 years old. You know, there's the nostalgia factors there. The videos aren't as bad in comparison to everything else that came after, like W. And then there's Mugs trying to say, "Hey, yo, bro, like extend that to like Jeffy era." No. Like I'll say this. We said this on I think it was the first episode of Sugar Hill Syndicate. Maybe the second with MCR, but one of the first two. I mean, we've only made 2 so far. But when people like glaze the junior era, it's because a lot of the goated, like truly generational junior videos came out in 2016, and people just like dementia the fact that was Jeffy era. Like they just forget the fact that, you know, junior era cuts off when Jeffy appears. You know, and that might be just a problem with like Dub's era classifications, because you know. We could argue, you know, Jeffy era doesn't truly start until like this video or Jeffy's parents or something like that. For convenience sake, we're just gonna stick it with Mario the Babysitter. But yeah, I honestly, if we did extend this into junior or into Jeffy era, if we did extend old SML into Jeffy era, this would definitely be the last video. There's like, because after this, modern SML is set in stone. There's nothing changing it after that.
You know, this weirdly reminds me of Jax from the Amazing Digital Circus.
Yo, what the fuck? What are we talking about, yo? Like, I unpause and we immediately switch subjects to some bullshit. What?
Spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it, but recently in the Amazing Digital Circus, Jax just dies. But the audience is meant to feel sympathetic for him because he's given a tragic backstory. But also in his backstory, Jax alienated and isolated one of his closest friends to the—
What the fuck? Yo, okay, no hate to Math. I love Math is like one of the founding fathers, not the founding fathers, but he's one of the Mount Rushmore of SML reviewers. What the hell are we talking about?
Point where they essentially committed suicide, and then indirectly got another friend killed, and this makes Jax rather unsympathetic, and a lot of people have criticized Jax for this. Some people try to defend Jax, but the fact is, Jax's sad backstory is not an excuse for how he acted or how he treated people, and the fact that he died in the episode basically meant that he couldn't get any sort of redemption in the future, or at least a punishment, and weirdly, this is quite similar to Jeffy.
How? What?
It's a weird parallel, I know, but it's funny when you think about how similar Jax and Jeffy are.
How the fuck does that even relate to Jeffy? What kind of bullshit is he talking about?
It really puts into perspective why this video was so hated when we have something modern to compare it to. Jeffy's bad word, I feel like, is patient zero for a lot of the problems that Logan would come across in his content.
Facts, that's what I said earlier. Yeah, no, this was definitely this was the founding father of trash SML videos. well, not the founder. This wasn't the first bad SML video, but in terms of like the modern SML like problems, this was definitely one of the first ones.
Characters getting punished and suffering for no.
Although I will say, um, if he's mentioning, I know he was just talking about it when I paused. Characters getting punished for no reason. Chef PP torture had been existing for several years up to this point.
Reason, characters acting mean-spirited, the plot is nonsensical, the jokes aren't jokes, and the main culprit character, the most disliked character, getting away with it all. Looking back, this video still sucks. It's still one of the worst SML videos, even by today's standards.
Okay, now I don't know about all that. It's probably still in the top 20, but I think like I've said, I think boring videos are way worse than just absolutely infuriating videos. Cause like infuriating videos, you can have your fun with it. Like this video is fun to rant on. I've said this. MCR said this. Jeffy's Bad Word just a video that's fun as shit to talk about. But there are videos like, for example, the Secret Fools, or Logan tries to see the Super Marvin Galaxy movie, which is just 10 minutes of nothing happening and it's boring as shit. Like that's gonna be like lower on the list compared to something like this.
I've seen a lot of SML videos from the modern era with the puppets, and they tend to be either really mediocre or bad, but I haven't come across a video that pisses me off more than this one.
Now, in terms of infuriating, yeah, no, this definitely is still probably one of the top 3, maybe top 5. I think the only videos that have made me more mad, Brooklyn Guy's Day Off, simply because I had immense respect for the the SMR. I almost said the MCR. I'm not putting Mill City through that bullshit. But I had immense respect for the SMR, and that was his video idea. That was like his idea of a perfect SMR video, and the idea that he presented was absolutely cinema. And Logan squandered it because it's a 2020 SML video. That made me mad. There was the pink couch was just boring, but it was also infuriating because they just kept repeating the same joke over. However, I said the video was good back in the day because I was retarded back in 2021. I think that's it for right now.
Show that even when Logan makes a really terrible video, he's doing his best to avoid something on Jeffy's Bad Word levels of bad. He's come close, sure, but not quite. Jeffy's Bad Word was definitely exceptionally controversial. This video really is that bad. It's as bad as everybody says it was, and it's still bad to this very day. If there's anything good to come out of this video, it's the fact that without it, I wouldn't have started my YouTube career, because my first ever SML review was for Jeffy's Bad Word, and that video became popular within a few days, and that's how it kickstarted my entire YouTube career where I make SML videos, among other things, including 2 feature SML fan movies. And without my channel blowing up and me exploring the internet a little bit more, I wouldn't have met a lot of my internet friends that I know today. So yeah, in a weird butterfly effect, Jeffy's Bad Word was the entire reason we are here today.
Yeah. And honestly, I can't really say that Jeffy's Bad Word is the pinnacle of shit because, like I've said, there's far worse nowadays. Like, just in terms, like, there's different layers of bad. But, even, like, in the most niche subjects of, like, oh, character gets tormented. I mean, let's be dead ass. Even, I'll say this, and I might be, a little bit of a, I don't know how to say it, but I might be, ruffling some feathers when I say this. Even when this video came out, in my opinion, there were far worse. Like, Chef PP Quits Part 1 and 3, I think, are worse than this. Shit, Junior 6th birthday is more annoying than this. Like, there are just videos from, like, that mid-junior era that it made me far more angry watching than Jeffy's Bad Word. Maybe just because, like, I was a kid watching those videos, and, like, by the time Jeffy's Bad Word came out, I was just, like, I just didn't care as much. I don't get, like, infuriated over SML anymore, and I haven't for a long time. But I don't know. That's the way I see it. Still definitely on the Mount Rushmore of shit SML videos, though. This, along with, like, Locked Out, like, in terms of, like I said when I reacted to Spooky's list, there was a bucket list. You had to have one of the Disney World videos in there, Bowser's Depression, the gun, the drone, A lot of videos like that.
Like Alfred once said, things are always going to get worse before they get better, and without a terrible video, there wouldn't be a Mafdominus. So, I guess that's the bright side of looking at things, but yeah, this video is still awful. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like.
Don't forget to go back and finish your dishes.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe and all that YouTube jazz, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.
W. What kind of bullshit is happening down here? What is this man's credits, bro? Is this Jurassic Park music? I'm waiting to see if there's like a cliffhanger or something. No, there isn't. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, that's basically the end of things. Jeffy's bad word, honestly, like I've said many times during this reaction, it's just a regular bad video at this point. It's not extraordinary. It's not like the worst of the worst. It was definitely a landmark, you know, installment in the chronicles of Logan's downfall. But even I think after this, like the aftermath of Jeffy's bad word really doesn't hit until like the not the cease and desist, until like the Good Morning America stuff. Like that's really when I think Logan, like the bad that came from this video really hits. But that's just what I think. Anyways, with that being said, I'm the GoldFlowerReviewer, and I'll see you all in the next video.